Hi you guys, my name is Oshun the Great, and welcome to my beautiful channel. Now, so I'm gonna catch up some of you guys to speed because some of you guys may not know when I make these videos or whatever, or know that much about me, but I am Oshun the Great, and I touch upon a lot of race videos because I am a black woman in America. It's very important for us to discuss these topics instead of hiding it in the dark or sweeping it under the rug or acting like it doesn't exist. So I'm gonna bring to you guys yet another video about interracial dating. And for some of you guys know that I told you before that I grew up feeling like, you know, interracial dating was the one and only way to basically get away from like to try something new at first, but initially for me it became something that became harmful, because if we're not careful in these certain situations, not to say that all interracial people who date interracially are like self-hating or self-harming, but we have to, if we are the type of person to seek interracial dating and that's all we seek and we're going out our way to date interracially, we have to reevaluate why we're doing so. And a lot of times in America, forgive me, I'm sick, you guys, so I'm trying to like stay on track and my voice is like in my nose and stuff, but a lot of times especially in America and really all over the world, we have to really reevaluate why we're doing a lot of the things we do. And that is, interracial dating is one of the things, because a lot of times in America, black people especially are taught self-hatred, meaning white is right, white is bright, you know, that kind of concept. And if we aren't careful, we could be chasing after this ideal more so than a person. So judging a person based on their skin color of being better, when no one is really better. There's assholes in every culture. There's you know, shitty people in every culture. So that was my misconception when I went into dating a long time ago, and a lot of people again will give me a lot of heat, like, oh, you like white men and this and that. But I'm open about sharing my conditioning as a black woman in America. When I grew up, there wasn't even fucking Barbie dolls to relate to, or fucking people on TV to relate to show that I myself was beautiful. So I understand the struggle as a black woman in America, and many women are taught to go after the white man because he will essentially make your life better. But if we're not careful, because if we have these ideals, we will put up with just anything as well. We will put up with men who are actually racist. But since we are taught these ideals, we look past it and things of that nature, and vice versa. I'm sure there's black men who go after white women and they put up with certain things. You hear about people giving away in cars and shit like that, which is ridiculous to me. A lot of self-hatred things going on, and a lot of times I always say that it's not always the black community's fault that these things, or these ways, our ideals exist. Obviously, look at the people in power and how they try to keep us down on a daily basis. You could just see just right off rip. But the thing is to bring awareness of, again, why we do the things we do. Now, if you reevaluate yourself and you're just like, oh, you know, I genuinely like this person for who they are, that's a whole nother story. But again, don't chase after these ideals and that could potentially end up hurting you. As I have learned in my own experiences, I learned a lot of shit the hard way, and I make these videos to basically save people who could be thinking the same way, or, you know, basically. So basically, in my experience, I found out that I was basically chasing the ideal, but the men that I kept attracting were assholes and were racist. And it's not to say that all white men are racist or assholes. But again, like I touched on in another video, I would never go out my way to do this shit ever again. And a lot of it made me want to get deeper into my roots and like why I'm doing things yet again. And a lot of this could be resolved by tuning back into self-love. And a lot of times we have to, as black women and black men, black children, have to turn into ourselves and dig through more deeper layers than some people with self-love, because again, it's deeper when you have race involved, a lot of layers. When you have things that keep women down, a lot of layers involved that you have to get through. So don't beat yourself up if you've gone through these circumstances or these instances, because again, it's conditioning. You have to learn and grow, um, and therefore you can move on and not repeat certain cycles. But this is just to touch on, like, don't chase an ideal of like, oh, I only date this type of race, or I date this type of race, when you're really uh, placing these people on pedestals, or putting yourself on the bottom initially without even realizing it. It all really starts with self-love. Love the skin you're in, first of all. Love love your people. Love everything about your community. Instead of running, try to really tune in and see, what's up, what your scars really are, and try to solve them. Don't try to run from them. But yeah, that's my little input. Be dope, be unapologetically. Peace. If I can turn this off, the new phone, you guys.